All right. Good morning. Good evening. Good night. Looks like we are live. Settle down, you guys in the chat. We are going to be having ourselves a great episode here. Buffalo, give me a word to let me know that you can hear me, and then we'll begin this episode.
Good to go.
Awesome, man. All right. So you guys are in the comment section. We appreciate you showing up. Thanks for everybody that showed up as well to the Hero Labs interview today that we did with RT. That was awesome. That's going to be a community that we work with going forward. So I'm already warmed up for this episode. We got to get Buffalo ready to roll on this day, this great Monday, although it's a little bit bloody in the markets. So we are going to have ourselves a great episode. Again, thank you so much, guys, for showing up. I will move this over to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko from what you were seeing before, but thank you guys so much again for showing up. Buff, do you have anything we want to get to before we start here?
There's blood all over the streets. You're right about that. Let's take a look at last week real quick and reflect on how far we've come from last week. Last week we had Layer 1 on Monday, like we are right now. And then Wednesday we had NFT Live along with LADZ Radio. That was a great episode of NFT Live, a lot of good energy. And then LADZ Radio, I'm just a huge fan of it every week, putting together just a great little party midweek. So on Wednesday we had LADZ Radio, did an auction, had a good time, ran for a little over about 2.5 hours. And then we had Thursday, we had a podcast episode drop. And then Friday we had Layer 1 along with game night. So last week was a good starting out point for the beginning of the year. Let's try to kick some ass this week and do even better.
Awesome, man. Well, let us know in the chat if the audio is coming through, guys. It looks like you might need to be louder, so I'm going to turn you up on my side. So that was kind of a recap. Give me another test, Buff.
Checking.
There we go. That'll be louder. We're good there. So this week coming up, this is what we're doing with Layer 1. We had the Hero Labs earlier today, so shout out RT. He's going to be on Layer 1 Live on Friday. So definitely check that out. He's great at TA. We know we have some big shoes to fill with the beard not being with us anymore. So RT's going to come in and see what he can do for the lads. We got Layer 1 Live right now. It looks like we have NFT Live on Wednesday, LADZ Radio immediately following. Layer 1 Podcast is going to be on Thursday. And then, like I said, Layer 1 Live on Friday. And then we're going to have RT there for that episode. So a packed week. We've got a lot of other things that are happening besides the content that's showing up on this channel. A lot of events that were run in the past week. We had Prodigy run the game night. So shout out to Prodigy. Thank you so much for making that happen. More and more, we're going to be adding different things to do within the ecosystem, as well as be able to use those LADZ tokens that you guys earn. So 100%, man, we are ready to go. Like I said, I'm warmed up. So Buffalo is going to be in the zone here as well, I'm hoping.
I hope he's in the zone. 50-50.
Awesome. Do you want to start off by telling that story real quick before we hop into the episode? Guys, if you're here on audio or you're here after the episode and you just want to get into the stories, you can go ahead and click on those links. They take you right there. You can skip all these crazy stories that we go with. But Buffalo, what is the story that you told me early this morning about something about a top and something? What happened there?
Take my eyes, but not this shit.
It was an interesting weekend, as you guys know, and I got the feeling as we were getting up to the tippy top of, what was that, 41 thou. There's one thing since I've come on board with you guys. I've been focusing a lot on producing content and following content and not investing as much, not following the market. But every once in a while I have to decide when to take profits, when to reallocate funds and move things around. And man, I was staring right at that top 2 nights ago, like, okay, 41, it feels pretty good. Maybe I should probably pull something. I stayed up all night thinking about it, couldn't pull the trigger, took a screenshot of, okay, here's the moment I would have done it. And then I woke up the next day, nice little red all over. And of course, today it's been even worse. But again, you look at these and you're like, could it just be the beginning? Was that just a little bit of a pullback? Who knows? But taking profits is something I've learned I suck at, just like blankos. Those are the two things this weekend I've learned I'm terrible at. So hopefully you guys did better than me in the last couple of days. Learn how to take some profits and and you buy those dips if you're a long-term hodler.
It's tough, man. It's tough to sit there and say, what if I sell too early and it keeps running? I know. It's super FOMO in these markets. All right, I want to say hi to everybody that's showing up here. We got about 50 of you guys early on in this episode. I'm going to take you guys through pretty much the schedule for today. I'll be able to move that over here. It looks like we have some Bitcoin news. We've got Dan Larimer, the GOAT of the EOS ecosystem. It breaks my heart. Some news from him resigning at Block.One. We've got a network airdrop from Flare. The same people who did the airdrop for XRP holders are now doing it for Litecoin. Got a bunch of other things going on with BTC, a bar owner selling some properties for BTC, Tether's minting records. We got some Aragon drama going on, and then we're going to hit DeFi and NFTs, and then finish with a social recap, finish with a MetaCartel recap for 2020, man. That those guys do a great job of building out the Ethereum ecosystem, but a great group there over at MetaCartel. So that is pretty much the episode. If you guys want us to talk about anything else, please let us know. I know there's a lot of price action stuff going on. So if you have questions, we're not the beard, but Buffalo grows a good beard. So maybe he can step in and help you out. So great to see. I don't know. Let's get some shout outs going here, man. As Modi, shout out to our noble lads in the house that are holding 5,000 lads. You guys are awesome. Shout out to the miners. Let's see. We got Scott Harris Firestone in the chat. XPlow doing some cool things behind the scenes. Llama, of course. Who else do we got in the chat, man?
Oh, Orlando, aloha, my brother. And we've got Batman representing. You always see the llama running around. Give llama love, you guys. He keeps this whole city nice and clean. And shout out to Fox Yoga, XPlow. I'm really excited to chat with you, man, about poker. I love seeing all these names over and over again. You guys are really helping us each day. Be present, bring the value, and everybody learn together. So I appreciate you guys showing up.
100%, man. A couple other chats. Thomas is in the house talking EOS. I got Canwolf in the house, man. You guys are doing a great job filling up the comment section per usual. Thank you again for those that went over to Hero Labs. So interesting collaborations we're working on in the space. Shout out. Oh, last one before we start. Happy birthday to our man Easy in Crypto. Give him a happy birthday. Hashtag happy birthday in the chat for Easy in Crypto. A phenomenal lad himself.
Happy birthday, man. Right on.
Yeah, definitely having a celebration in the markets today for you, right? Oh, oof, maybe not. Anyways, okay. All right, so we've got that pretty much wrapped up again for you guys showing up here today. You are earning lads for participating in this stream. We are, again, working on some things on the back end to make, I guess the best way to put it would be to get lads into the hands of people that want to build lads. That's 100% what we want to be doing going forward. So again, you will be earning lads here today, and we're going to continuously update, continuously work on the utility, all of these different things within lads as we grow out. We are so at the step one of all of this. So definitely exciting. All-time high is 108 today. So we have to hit 109 if we want to get those extra lads. It looks like we're going to hit it. I mean, we got 60 in the house right now. Let's continuously see if we can get to those all-time highs, man. Those are always really fun to get to. Like, subscribe, do what you got to do. Other than that, Bear, what is Bear does Bear have anything to talk about today? All right, here we go.
I think he's trying to give a shout out to the troops. So let's go real quick to the shout out to the NFT Army and Loadmaster. I know that they're running some pre-campaigns today, getting everybody riled up before Layer 1, where I went into the Telegram, and I saw nothing but Layer 1 tags all over Telegram. It was awesome. So shout out to the troops for showing up and helping us hit these all-time highs.
Awesome, man. All right, so we got our first story. Obviously, the market is kind of blood red today. I think we saw a 25% drop in Bitcoin from the $43,000 high. I don't have that number. Oh, looks like 4192 reached a record high of before pulling back to what is now 33,619. So it has bounced a little bit. There are questions as to, is it going to be a quick pullback and then a turnaround, or is this going to be a trend of complete downwards kind of momentum there? So everybody has their own thoughts. We're not, TA traders. We got some love from RT there talking about how he thinks, and this is not his financial advice or our financial advice, but he does think that this is a temporary pullback. Maybe we're a little bit optimistic, maybe we're not, but it definitely is some blood red markets going on right now. Interesting thing about this article is they attribute this latest pullback to miners getting spooked. So there actually is like a ratio of miners actually mining Bitcoin to actually selling, basically outflows. And it looks like that ratio hit a critical moment with more selling than actual mining of that. I might be able to actually get this. Okay, so the 30-day average of miners position index, the ratio of total miners outflows in US dollar terms divided by that 360-day moving average of outflows, rose to 2.2 on Sunday, the highest level since July 2019. So it looks like that is an indication that miners decided, hey, this is the time we got to take profits. And then there was some heavy spot selling after the miners took profits. So obviously we can't attribute all of that to what's happening in the markets, but there is little indicators here or there, and that's definitely one of them. Anything there?
So right now, every day the miners are getting 900 Bitcoin, right? Is that the number since the halving?
Hold on, I got to ban some guys in the chat.
I know, I just grabbed a couple of them too. Got a little crazy in there for a second.
Awesome.
They brought the llama profile though.
Dang.
Nice.
What are you guys doing? Who does this? Who spends their day like this? Let's okay, we're definitely banning them guys, don't worry about that, but I have no idea what's going on. Thanks for the heads up, Llama. But Buff, can I go through that one more time?
Yeah, so since the halving in May, every time there's a rewards now there's less. So I heard there's around 900 Bitcoins a day now being released to the miners.
I have no idea on the actual, I mean there might be something within this article here, but I don't know exactly how much, but I do know that the actual demand was outpacing that supply.
Right. And that's going to continue. So, I mean, yeah, this is an interesting time where part of me, it was like, reminds me of 2017 too, just a very little bit. And then there's this back part where I'm like, this is different though. This isn't just like your neighbors getting involved. These are giant companies. And so right now, who knows where the ceiling is on this.
Yeah. I was talking to RT about it too, and that one of the things, at least being in 2017, 2016, the idea that ICOs were definitely a big player in not only the run-up, but the run-down. So what you had was a lot of teams raising funds in 2017 via ETH, and so they were holding for whatever reason they didn't. Dimitri always talks about them not taking correct financial procedures when they were raising $20-30 million. That's like fiduciary responsibility usually, that you need to be kind of working for the investors, for the shareholders at that point. But a lot of them were sketchy ass like homegrown projects that were running out of their garage that were raising 20 million. They held ETH, did not sell, so that when that cascade moment did happen, it was an absolute avalanche. And that's what led to boom, 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 all the way down. Definitely don't have that this time.
I think right now one of the big reasons we saw pullback too is the leverage that a lot of people have. So when there's a little bit of a drop and it gets close to their sell, a lot of people are over leveraged, man. There's too many people trying to get crazy returns, taking big risks right now.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. So there was some comments. I don't know if Flint is talking about LADZ specifically, but we did move to a weekly mining reward for the users. It was just a gas thing. Roll implemented fees, rightfully so. It was feeless beforehand, so they were actually eating that gas transaction cost. I think Kieran put it out, and they lost like something were in the vicinity of $50,000 on gas that was happening. So we moved to a weekly reward system where we only send out once a week for your mining rewards. Expect some updates as well on the mining front. So that's just going to address that. Anything?
Do you know what day you're going to be doing the rewards?
Yeah, it's going to be Thursday at noon. So the last reward happened on Wednesday at noon, and therefore the next reward 7-day period would be Thursday at noon. So expect the mining rewards weekly to be on that Thursday at noon. And then we also have, and we'll get some other updates out about phase 3 here shortly, but definitely appreciate all the miners that are there. I'll be reaching out personally to all of you guys, as well as making some updates there. So it looks like Flint wasn't even talking about LADZ, so it's all a moot point. But maybe you could get in and get on LADZ there, Flint. But anyways, all right, we've got Flare Network airdropping Litecoin. This was the same project, and I don't understand really how they're working this out, but it looks like they're doing separate airdrops on separate networks. So Flare Network announced that it will airdrop Spark, FLR, tokens to Litecoin holders in advance of mainnet launch this year. This is the same project that airdropped Spark to XRP holders. So I'm guessing that they're just trying to kind of cast the net wide here on different users. And what they're trying to do is bring DeFi into Litecoin. I don't know how much I get behind that project whatsoever. I'm not a big Litecoin fan myself, but I guess if you're building out DeFi products on Litecoin, good luck to you. Just think that there's better opportunities elsewhere. I don't know how big the network effect is on Flare Network, but it looks like they're trying to actually solve that problem. So
Yeah, I've somebody's gonna have to sell me on Litecoin. I just it's one of those I've never been really all about. I ain't hating, I just don't get it. So if somebody in here wants to show me on Litecoin in LADZ City later on, hit me up.
absolutely. All right, so Llama's saying we're promoting Litecoin. We're not promoting Litecoin. We're just reporting on the news. Come on, Llama. But speaking of EOS, which he just mentioned, I might be able to pull this up. Hopefully this voice post works. But there was an interesting situation that's happening in the EOS ecosystem. Obviously, I have been an EOS holder for a long time, and I've been in the EOS ecosystem. Love the guys that are within that, and it's been a tough road. And this is just another hit to what's happening with EOS. So this first came out on Hive. So there have been issues. I think Dan, I think Dan went outside of protocol here, to be honest. He posted on Hive. It was followed later on by a post from Block.One. But usually if a CTO is resigning, you want that post to come from the actual company itself first. So a lot of different stuff went on here. He eventually posted this on Voice, which is, again, his project. But he decided to post it on another social media platform first. Hive, I believe it was posted on, which is that fork of Steemit. So a lot of different things. I think, EOS is just going in another direction. I think they're going into I think Brendan's mentioned this term a couple times, ProFi. So I think they're trying to be a highly scalable, secure platform for the institutional-led investments, which is a little bit away from what they were trying to do in the beginning, which was 1,000 dApps at launch, have this user-facing protocol. So a lot of different things. He doesn't like where Voice is going. I think that he mentioned that as well in a Twitter post. Sucks to see. Probably needed. Brendan and Dan have struggled to create a good product, to be honest. They had a great investing thesis there. I mean, they invested, I think they have 140,000 BTC. So, yeah, sucks, but unfortunate to see, and we'll see where they go from here.
Yeah, change hopefully could be for good in this case, but we'll see.
Awesome. All right, so we can hit a couple. We got a couple comments in the house that I'm not going to mention live. Let me know if you see any comments that you want to touch on, but we'll get into the quick news. We'll fly through this. If you guys don't know about Tether and how Tether is associated with bull runs and bear markets and all this stuff, you need to know and do your research on Tether. They essentially, and some people, have conspiracy theories. They print money whenever they believe there's going to be new inflows, and they have to have the reserve to back this up, or do they? They could technically, let's be honest, they could print whatever money they want to, and they could get caught on the back end, yes, but they haven't yet. They definitely have had their run-ins. They've had a couple audits where that said, hey, you need to provide this document. I think there was a document provided in 2018, and there's a lot of 2017, if you look back into it, and a lot of that run was fueled by a lot of Tether coming into the market and then buying up different, assets. And if you're buying up an asset for something that's not backed by USD, you essentially created the money out of thin air and are pumping a new token. So there's a lot of interesting stuff. It's crazy that they minted a record $2 billion. It's funny that this came out and then we decided to have a pullback. So interesting stuff here.
Yeah, it reminds me of like when I let my friend be the bank on Monopoly. You just don't trust certain people who can just put a little bit more money out there without any kind of it reminds me of Federal Reserve as well, right? You can print money and they're just going to keep doing it until the whole system crashes. Tether has given me that vibe too over the years, where I'm like, if you can just print that out and then purchase Bitcoin, like how do you keep yourself accountable in that setup? So yeah, it's interesting as we look back over the years, we're going to look back at Tether, and it either was a huge, big, manipulation, or they just didn't have it regulated that well at the beginning. We'll see.
It looks like Ballas is saying, printing money sounds like my kind of job. Yeah, if you guys want to check out a really cool documentary on Tether, Dimitri actually showed me it the first time, Decentralized Deception. That's a great kind of conspiracy theory on how Tether led the 2017 bull run. So cool stuff. All right, we got the next piece of quick news, and you got this piece. I'm going to pull it up on the screen now. And you got this piece about a New York City bar owner. What's going on with that?
So we got a New York City bar owner. He owns 2 locale bars, and he wants to sell them for Bitcoin or Ethereum. He's asking for 25 Bitcoins or 800 Ethereum tokens, equivalent around 875,000. Well, depending on when this was published here, a couple of days ago or a day ago, it's dropped down a little bit from there. But yeah, so he's asking for 25 Bitcoins or 800 Ethereum for his bar. And you're going to start to see a lot of these kind of news coverages where people are like taking and selling things all in Bitcoin. One of my favorite stories that I heard of years ago was Didi Tahuta and his whole family, where they sold everything and bought Bitcoin when it was $900. And he's been all over the internet. You guys probably all have heard of him on crypto, for basically going all in and committing to it. And his whole family, they lived in a bus and traveled around. So this guy right here who's selling his bars he's got that vibe too. He's all in. And you're going to see a lot of people do some crazy things during this run up. Orlando Newman, my man out of Hawaii, says that he's been hearing stories of people back in Hawaii that are going to their local banks and taking out equity on their homes to buy Bitcoin right now. So there's going to be a lot of this right now. There's going to be FOMO. There's going to be people taking risks at really crazy levels. And it reminds me in 2017 of a famous guy who blogged on Twitter about he mortgaged his house and everything and got in at 19,000 on Bitcoin and literally like tweeted every step of the way down as he gave up on crypto and said this is a giant scam. And then I think he got out around 10,000, but it's like mortgaging or taking any risks right now in this game is not advised. And if you are a believer like this guy and he's willing to do this, then I mean, he's just really transferring over, essentially just moving more and trusting in the Bitcoin and Ethereum than he is in the fiat of $875,000. So,
yeah, good move by this guy. I mean, we'll see. Yeah. It's in the same city that a pizza was sold for 10,000 BTC. Fun story there. Sucks to be that guy. All right. Oh, it depends on which guy you are, but shout out to Michael in the house. Do not have a shout out for Alaga, who is looking for a link. All the links that you need for the stories are in the description. So as far as getting involved in what we're doing, if it's not there, just refresh your browser. The links will be in the description. All right, so I've got the next piece of story. It looks like wrapped Bitcoin burns Outpaced minting for the first time. So as you guys know, Bitcoin can be used on the Ethereum network via wrapped BTC via BitGo. So basically, if somebody wants to move their BTC onto Ethereum, they need to mint this wrapped BTC. Well, they need to lock the actual BTC, mint WBTC, and then it's able to be used in the DeFi experiment in all these different protocols and stuff like that. If you want to get your BTC back, you burn the wrapped BTC and you get your BTC back into your Bitcoin wallet. So this looks like it looks like wrapped BTC is actually kind of losing. I wouldn't say losing adoption. I think it's just the natural ebbs and flows of the market. But it looks like based on mostly Alameda Research and 3 Arrows Capital, who are utilizing wrapped BTC again for the DeFi projects and for DeFi yield, it looks like that actually burns Outpaced minting for the first time. So BitGo saw a record 11,613 BTC swapped for real BTC in December with only 2,731 BTC exchanged. This could have a lot to do with Bitcoin's run-up. You want to get cash back that BTC into actually having it, so maybe you could sell. DeFi kind of took a lull there. I think it's pointed out in the article that maybe reduced yields in the Ethereum ecosystem actually led to less usage and therefore returning it back into BTC.
Do you think the wrapped BTC and wrapped Ethereum and everything, do you think that this is more of a fad, or you think this is just something that just right now they're just going back to the original?
So wrapped is an interesting concept. I think it's definitely here to stay. Wrapped BTC essentially allows Bitcoin to participate in things that it wouldn't have been able to. So think of wrapped like a badge almost that allows you into a club or a city or something like that, where you technically wouldn't have access to it. So the scalability is one thing. So if Bitcoin gets real, I know that's tough to say right now with Ethereum where it is, but if technically Bitcoin, the Bitcoin network was like ground to a halt because of usage, you could wrap it onto the Ethereum network and be able to move it places. Right. And if you have a scalable network that also has the security, then you could easily move Bitcoin onto EOS, for example, or Polkadot or Solana, and then you can move Bitcoin instantaneously. So it essentially acts as like a layer 2 for Bitcoin. So I think wrapped nature is here to stay. I think the reason they got it out was probably because Bitcoin was fucking taking off and DeFi was kind of lulling down.
Right. Yeah,
So-
Llama was saying wrapped Monero was launched only a few days ago.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this on Layer 1 Live last week with Wrapped Monero and how that actually doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm not bullish on Wrapped Monero, although I guess as an asset, anything can move onto Ethereum and do that stuff. But when you wrap it into an Ethereum asset, you lose the privacy standard, which is why Monero even exists. Yeah, exactly. Flint is coming in and saying that comment there. So there's wrapped wax, it looks like. So basically, think of wrapped, man. I love, actually, as we get more into this convo, like people who are outside of the Ethereum ecosystem, which is where all the DeFi yield farming exists, or maybe something else. You could bring it onto that chain, and then you can then use it in that environment. Which, imagine, like, I don't know, like you could wrap an NFT. So say I have an NFT on Blankos that's on EOS.io. If I wrap it and put it on Ethereum, I can then interact with that wrapped Blankos within ETH, within the Ethereum ecosystem. So maybe I could bring that ERC20 or ERC721 into crypto voxels because it's wrapped.
Right.
So interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Down a rabbit hole we went. Okay, so yeah, we have the last bit of news here. It looks like Aragon. So if you guys are back, if you guys are old school and you know about Aragon, congrats to you. But it looks like they are having some problems, and I think Buffalo is going to break it down for us.
Yeah, they have had some staffers say peace out. 12 staffers involved in the Aragon network announced their resignations on Thursday because of apparent lack of a financial transparency. So they say. Apparently, they've moved some funds. It was over 52,000 in Ether that they moved from their initial coin offering into exchanges on December 15th and December 22nd. They moved it into Tether, into other cryptocurrencies as well. This is the one thing about the blockchain I love, is that if these companies raise this money and the money is on the blockchain, you can track it all and you can see where it's going, and you can see if they're actually keeping it in their foundation and doing the right things, or if they're moving it around and getting loose with it. People are going to be able to follow that. So it sounds like something went awry, and now people are leaving and getting off the boat.
Yeah, it looks like John Light actually was quoted here in CoinDesk. He said, I implore the Aragon network, or the AA governance, I guess is what they're calling it, to publish all meeting minutes and financials for public review. So it looks like even with the blockchain able to do that, you can still fudge numbers outside of being off-chain. Maybe that's what he's looking for them to do. So it looks like 11 individuals followed him, and maybe just a change in the way that Aragon is being managed. It reminds me of the Dan Larimer situation. Maybe this had been going on for a little bit of time, and there's just a kind of convergence in values, and they need to get out of there. So interesting stuff, man.
Indeed.
All right, so we hit the DeFi, NFT, and social token portion of the episode. We're going to fly through it. Looks like, what are we at today? Let's see. And you can check out some comments if you do have any. It looks like we're about 30 minutes in, so appreciate everybody stopping by. We're at 75. 75 people in the house. 75 lads.
75 good old lads. Let's read some of these comments here. I love Fishy's comment. I get wax from the dispensary down the street. Careful with that wax. It's probably very potent, and it's not the wax you want to get all over your Ethereum. And yeah, I'm loving. So shout out to Jonathan D. Winter and Ballas, who's a medic in the NFT army. Those guys were earlier today getting the troops all riled up and ready to go for Layer 1. So again, shout out to all you guys.
Awesome, man. All right, we'll touch on this DeFi portion of the episode. Dylan Cole has an interesting question, kind of an anarchist question, and I want to throw this out to the LADZ community. Anytime we have any discussions, you guys are a part of it as well. But Dylan is asking, what happens to the price of crypto if outages start occurring and miners cannot continue? Let me throw this buffalo at you.
Yeah. This is one where I remember talking to a guy in Georgia when I first came across crypto. I watched the documentary, The Rise and Rise of Bitcoin. And it was June 8th, 2017. I literally stopped the documentary halfway through and was like, yes, the revolution is on. Crypto will change the way that we use money from here on out. And then I remember going over to a buddy's house, and he's very hippie. He built his own house in the woods. Literally gets power from the sun and water from the rain. And I started telling him how this is going to change the world. And he goes, yeah, well, what about solar flares, bro? What about power outages? And I'm like, I mean, that's pretty extreme. I think if we lose power all over the planet, then the last thing I'll be thinking about is crypto. But then again, who knows? But yeah, that is a very dark area to go there, Dylan Cole. But it's an interesting question too. Like with power, I think one thing that I started looking into is the mining and how much it costs in different countries, and is this scalable? In the Bitcoin model, at least, of having all these computers having to run at this level to even process things. So it's an interesting thing. What do you think, Hugh?
I would agree with you that it's kind of an out there scenario. Like if that happens, we probably have bigger things to worry about. Like you should probably get a gun and protect yourself, because if that happens,
Not
like
financial advice.
Yeah,
life advice.
Actually, yeah, that's life ROI right there. You can maybe have a return of investment on your life, but yeah, I would agree that you should probably have bigger, or like spend your time thinking about less likely scenario or more likely scenarios. That's a super not likely scenario that electricity goes off in the entire world for an extended period of time. That being said, we're getting to the point, right, where, and it sucks because we're getting more adoption. There's more institutions in. It's a fun time. Don't get me wrong. PayPal and Venmo, they're all getting in. But when you transact Venmo between multiple people, you actually have a situation where that Bitcoin isn't physically moving. So what you have is the same scenario that you have in the traditional financial world, where numbers are just moving across a sheet. That is going to happen more and more. Like when you trade Bitcoin to a friend via Venmo, they're not sending Bitcoin between your two accounts. It's a number on a screen that's moving from here. So it's essentially a layer 2. That being said, I don't even know why I'm down this rabbit hole, because if electricity is out, then nothing will work. So I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to do anything if I didn't have my YouTube and my tutorials. But yeah, if it's some Mad Max shit, as Orlando's saying, then good luck. I don't know what happens what happens. Yeah. I don't think we should go down this rabbit hole if we're not prepared for it. Yeah. They're saying zombie land.
Mad Max.
Let's see. No anarchists here, but ultimately we will see. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, sure. Dylan, great comment, man. Great comment. We're having some fun with it. Man, that is it. You know what I think is more likely is that in a certain country, if there gets to be a certain level of Bitcoin adoption, what like Llama's saying here, Viva la Revolution, like I think the government can work to make sure that they persecute people who are using the internet in certain ways. If that makes, I think that's way more likely. Like, okay, all of Venezuela is now on the Bitcoin standard. The way we get them off of it is to shut off cell service or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I could see countries definitely, forcing to stay on their centralized fiat system as long as possible. We're going to see that in certain countries. It's just how they do it anyways. So.
JLo brings up a good point, satellites. So I think Elon's working on satellites that produce kind of cell power. I don't pretend to even get into that. But again, Dylan, thanks for the comment. That's amazing. Those are the discussions we want to have. Those are the best. Those are the best conversations, the ones that come organically from you guys. So appreciate it. I'm going to get into the next topic. It looks like I lost the Layer 1 Live dashboard. Let's see. All right, so we are into DeFi. We're going to move into an Aave fork here on the xDAI chain. It looks like Agaave. Agaave is a centralized non-custodial money market protocol where users can participate as depositors or borrowers. That is basically what Aave does on the Ethereum network. So what we have here is xDAI's usage of a Aave fork. There's not much more to that. I think there's a couple tokens associated. Honey is one of them. There's a little bit. Aragon makes a stop here in this article. If a token does not meet the associated Aragon agreement, it can be challenged with Celeste. So it looks like Honey, HNY, is probably going to be the governance token there. I need to look more into this. But likely, if there is a fork, if you're holding Aave, that might be of benefit to you. Not that you needed any more benefit, because goddamn Aave is an absolute fucking king, absolute unicorn there. So good luck for that. But did you have anything there, Buff?
I'm just excited that my little amount of Aave that I bought for the Axie Infinity little special drop keeps going up. So the more I hear about Aave, I'm like, okay, maybe I should look more into this.
I'm not saying that there's going to be an airdrop into your wallet. No, let's.
No, I get that for sure. I'm just saying, like, I actually hold some, but still don't even know. I more or less chase just those airdrops ahead of time. This was like a month and a half ago. I think Loadmaster helped me get set up. But yeah, Aave, man. There we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. I'm in with you.
I don't know why tequila is not their logo there, but anyways, we are pretty far into this episode. We appreciate you guys stopping by and talking DeFi, talking end of the world scenarios with us. And it looks like Dylan Cole is saying you guys are awesome. I'm gonna subscribe. So
Hey,
boom.
looks like we're doing something right today.
We got to find some type of dance. Buffalo, what are we doing with all right. I don't even know what I said. All right.
You did.
Okay, so Buff, we are getting into possibly having vMix on these Layer 1 Lives. So you should be able to now eventually see more and more kind of making its way into this show here.
Yeah, video roll-ins, lower thirds, animated graphics. I can't wait.
Absolutely. And Llama cannot wait for his taxes this year. Shout out to everyone who sold in 2020. Good luck on that. I did not, but I'm going to hire someone for 2021. Thank God. Okay. Next piece of story here with DeFi. It looks like Argent, a really, really nice wallet. If you haven't checked this Ethereum wallet out, or one that supports the Ethereum network, Argent out, you should definitely do so. Really good onboarding, really smooth interface. It looks like they're supporting ETH 2.0 staking via Lido. If you guys don't know, Lido has that LDO token, that governance token, and they are essentially offering a wrapped token. So basically what you have here is the ability to stake into an ETH 2.0 contract. Obviously, I don't know how much you guys know about that, but if you do hold ETH and you want to participate in ETH 2.0, and I think you do earn retroactive rewards, you can actually take part in that now. But the problem is, and the problem that Lido solves, is you have to have 32 ETH to take part. You have to have that locked until ETH 2.0 actually launches. And then a whole bunch of liquid things that go along with, let's see, even after phase 2 of ETH 2.0, you won't be able to trade or transfer any ETH actively being staked into Validator. So it looks like there are a bunch of friction points that Lido was solving. I'm not going to pull Lido up right now, but basically you can stake into that via Argent, and they actually give you another token that represents your ETH tokens that then can be liquid. So you can stake into ETH 2.0 and also still have your ETH tokens. What's the problem there? Boom.
That sounds great. I know that's the one thing for me when I was thinking about staking Ethereum was locking up all of that, and not being able to do anything with it.
Yep, exactly. So Lido does this, and then now you can actually do it in Argent, which even makes it easier for those that want to do so. So really cool stuff. Let's see. The last bit of DeFi news, and let me know, guys, if you have any DeFi news you want to talk about, we can definitely hit it. I've got Loopring. Loopring is essentially, I believe, going to be like and I'm going to very, very, very simplify here, Uniswap Layer 2. So basically what you have is the ability to swap, the ability to run these different automated market pools that we even use on Uniswap with LADZ. You can actually do that on Loopring on a layer 2 that's going to not have all the fees associated with it. So it looks like they're running their liquidity mining campaign. It started on the 7th. It runs in 14-day cycles until... Let me make sure I got that. I was on a roll there explaining this until I got to where this actually goes. So it looks like a 31-day. So it looks like until about February 7th, 8-ish, you'll have the ability to take part in this automated market-making liquidity mining pool. So really cool stuff. I know I've said that a bunch after every story because it's really freaking cool. All right, it's cool crypto. Stuff, it's crypto. All right, I'll definitely work on that. I will say not cool stuff on here. Okay, I'm fading, guys. I'm fading. All right, let's see. Let's stay in here. Let's stay in this moment for a little bit longer. We're going to talk about DeFi a little bit before we move to NFTs. Does anyone have any DeFi questions, topics, something that we can hit for the next 5 minutes? If we do not get any questions, we'll move directly into NFTs. So you see any comments you want to hit?
Let's see. There's a couple of good ones here. I know Chiquila has been the trend here in the comment section. Everybody is taking shots at Chiquila. Brian Zader asks, are you guys high today? Well, Brian, we are definitely not low. That's all I can say about that. And then just
speak for yourself, Buffalo.
No, come on now. It's too early for that. But hey, it's not too early for Chiquila. For some of you guys might be celebrating some of these profits. It seems like there's a good vibe here in the comment section. Not too many people are hurting with the red. For the first time ever for me, I put a little ticker on my browser to watch Bitcoin every 5 seconds.
Immediately uninstall that buff. Seriously.
I really need to. It does nothing for me.
It does nothing. Yes.
Right. So I was just trying to enjoy the all-time high moment and then watching it fall all the way down and get little alerts every 1,000. He'd go bing, and I just like hear that. I was like, oh God. Yeah.
Okay. So I've got some comments here as well. So he was asking about algorithmic stablecoins. I'm gonna be honest. RT actually is coming on the channel on Friday. He can definitely speak to those in much better kind of words than we can. Stablecoins are something that I had with the rebasing and all that good stuff. I have not gotten into, so that was I can't really speak on that without sounding like a complete idiot. It looks like Llama's saying Andre's trialing a sushi swap v2 single-sided exposure and impermanent loss prevention coin yesterday.
Ooh.
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 Ooh. Okay. All right, Andre. The simple question here, Llama? Did you get rugged? That's all we need to know. He's telling us to ape in. Okay. All right. Well, we got a bunch of different comments. Dylan, I want to read Dylan's comment on. Shout out to Dylan, man. If you want to get into crypto, this is the place to do it. One of the places to do it within our community actually is our Discord. So if you go into the description, you can click into the LADZ Discord. That's our community Discord. We have Llama. We have a bunch of other lads that can get you set up. And then you can actually like interact on a day-to-day basis with us, right? Instead of just waiting for us to go live, you can be in that Discord messaging app just talking about it. And we have a bunch of different tools. As you gain more lads, you get access to the different channels in the community. It's a really cool process. It's a process we definitely want to tune up in the future. But yeah, definitely head to LADZ and we will see you there, man.
My favorite thing that I've really realized lately with LADZ and the LADZ group in general is during these crazy times like a run up or a pullback, it's nice to have a group of people to talk this through, because I literally go insane talking to Mr. Bear, my dog, trying to figure out what to do. And so shout out to Llama for listening to me a couple nights ago as I was just rambling on about the nonsense of all my portfolio gainers and losses and all that craziness. So it's just nice to do this with a group now and really, see what other people are doing. And then if you're hurting, don't worry, there's other people that can, help pull you up, get you looking at the positive of all this.
Absolutely, man. It looks like GX is coming in with some mad FUD. Crypto banned in UK. That turn it off. Run.
It's going off.
Buff, are you in LADZ up there? Is that near the UK?
Yeah,
Where is
everyone
that?
seems calm right now up here. They're clanking their wine glasses and eating their Salisbury steaks. They're loving life. So I don't know what you're talking about with this whole UK FUD here.
That's a pretty big city you got there, man. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they let you set up this whole setup in the cocktail lounge.
I know the chef. He's a good guy. We go way back.
I know the chef. Okay, NFTs. Huge NFT enthusiasts here. Everybody is, loving NFTs these days. I feel like they're slowly and then all at once and then slowly and then all at once. Those are the cycles of adoption for NFTs. We're seeing more and more. But we can hop into NFTs right now. We're going to hit Animoca brands. We're going to hit Alien Worlds. We're going to hit Ghost Token. There's definitely a lot more things to hit, including our eagerly awaited Flow token launch as well. Cannot wait for that. So, yeah, I had a great time explaining NFTs to RT. I know a lot. It's tough for me to get into a conversation about NFTs with guys who are like super involved in trading because I remember Dimitri called it toys when I first started talking about NFTs, and that's the idea that I get when I start talking about NFTs with traders. But do you have that issue too, explaining NFTs?
Oh God! Anytime I talk to anybody about NFTs that haven't looked into it yet, they think it's a fad almost, or they just can't quite grasp it. And that's what excites me even more is just how early this space is. And so yeah, to me it used to frustrate me because I couldn't talk to people until I found the lads. But before that, yeah, it was rough. But now it's great being able to chat with everybody who gets it. But yeah, just recently a couple friends I've talked to who are like, "Oh my God, man, you've been talking crypto for years. You must be doing well." And I'm like, "Let me tell you about the lads. Let me tell you about LADZ. Let me tell you about NFTs." And they're just like, Okay, good talking to you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't see it, so it's okay.
Yeah. It's tough because I feel like the immediate thought process when it comes to NFTs for a lot of people is collectibles, and it goes way beyond that. It goes way beyond that. The idea that most everyone is going to be interacting in some type of metaverse, whether that be virtual or in your phone. That's it. Right now, we're essentially interacting in the metaverse. All of us here, even though it doesn't look like Ready Player One yet. Right now, that is the metaverse, and every day we're interacting with it, and all the assets that you see in your life are going to be digitized, and those need to have unique features to them. Every one thing can't be like another. That's why you have NFTs, man. So, yeah, I know I just explained NFTs to NFT enthusiasts, so I'm kind of preaching to the choir there. But yeah, it's an awesome time. We do have Animoca brands. It looks like one of their auctions went for $104,000. So that's 3 assets now that have gone for more than $100,000, and also some assets almost reaching that around $87,000. So this had some really cool implications. I remember when these tracks first got dropped, not onto the market, but the idea of them, where you could buy the track and then people who were actually racing and doing the play to earn thing, a portion of those fees go to the track owner. Really cool stuff. So it looks like that track has gone to a gamer nicknamed SFLL. He had the highest bid, and he will gain a section of a track. So shout out to the Daddy Warbucks who are just like throwing money around in the NFT space, man.
So it says a track segment. Does that mean he has the whole track or just the first corner? It's like,
yeah, I think it's one portion of a track, and you split that with the other track owners. So I guess if you like ratioed whatever he spent to how many portions of the track there are, it's probably even more than 104,000 for that single track. I'm getting a lot of flow token questions.
Yeah.
And the main question I want to address is that you cannot pick up flow on Uniswap. So if you're trying to do that right now, you cannot do that. Nor do I think that will exist right out of the box, because it is, again, another protocol. It's not on the Ethereum chain. So we'll see if there's going to be a wrapped flow token on the Ethereum chain, but I don't believe out of the box on Uni you'll be able to trade flow. So make sure you don't get that mixed up.
Yeah, right now everyone's asking how to even get it. Well, in 4 days, on the 15th through the 22nd, if you go to Block.One and set up your wallet there, they're going to be allowing a trade there from USDT into Flow, and I think there's going to be about 100,000 released. I've been trying to find as much information as I can. I know I can tell from the LADZ group here, a lot of people are getting some FOMO or FLOMO, if you will, about Flow, and I'm feeling the FLOMO as well.
All right, guys, later. Guys, we're later. Okay, so we got a couple more questions too. It looks like Llama might be putting together some things, but we'll definitely in-house in the NFT district. We'll be talking, and that's going to be the category in the channel that we speak about NFTs in LADZ City. In the NFT district, we're dropping information all the time, so we're definitely following Flow closely. So there'll be information posted there. So what else?
Oh yeah, Overman's bringing up the fact that anybody in the U.S. couldn't participate in the sale earlier. Man, I've had that happen for a couple of different sales now, and I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah,
so I think I'm moving out of this country.
Well, Buffalo, they're protecting you, man. If you don't have a certain amount of assets, you're too dumb to know about investing in crypto and all these different things. Because you're not
no problems. It makes sense.
They're just protecting you while they get in early.
Well,
and they're
they
able
do,
to invest in all this stuff.
The money's better in their hands, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, exactly. They just sit down, shut up, stay in your corner of the world. Don't say anything about these people who control our day-to-day lives. So,
okay, I'll try not to.
All right, so. That is the Animoca story. It looks like Alien Worlds is busting through. I know there's been a ton of lads that have gotten involved in this. Loadmaster's one of them. There's a lot of different people that are within the LADZ City NFT district that are talking about Alien World. So it looks like, other than their kind of DeFi setup that they have currently, you're actually going to be able to earn randomly dropped NFTs. So if you can see it here, gamers who are currently mining for tools, weapons, and game currency (TLM) in the economical exploration game Alien Worlds will soon also be able to find other NFT drops. Game studio DeCoco, who is bringing you the ultra rare horrors, is dropping 200 special cards into the games. Landowners will be able to add their own NFTs to existing drops. Can't say enough about the gamification with Alien Worlds. We always knew it, but definitely good stuff.
I'm excited to see where it goes for sure. This is going to be a fun year.
Yep. It looks like you have nothing to say, so end the stream. It looks like Algar is saying that. Is there any way we could just like full on remove someone from YouTube?
I think there's a catapult that we can design to just fling them over to Twitch or something.
All right, so I can report. Let's see. Harassment or bullying, hate speech or graphic violence, child abuse, pornography, or unwanted commercial content or spam. Which one do we do? Drop it in the chat.
All of the above. No,
we can't do all the above. Out of what I said, drop it in the chat. Let me know how I should report this guy. We can definitely work together to do this.
I would love to know, Algar, man, what you'd love us to chat about here. This layer one, we definitely want to hear from you. If there's anything you haven't heard from us, please let us know.
100%. Let's drop this. Hold on. All right, so I'm waiting for the comments here. I will report. I just need to know which I need to be doing. We can all take part in this. This is community governance at its best, Buff. So we could take care of this guy, or we could just ask the lads what we want to do.
I like it.
Okay, so look. Okay, here we go. That sounds like trying to delete people from the internet, though. Good point, Llama. So here's what we'll do. Here's a whole other thing. Up. And I'm just going to call you up. You can actually defend yourself here. If you want to defend yourself and you want to say something now, or else we can choose and do community governance to see who is, how we're going to do this.
Bring out the catapult.
Thumbs up or thumb down, just ban him. Up, you're going to let you defend yourself. We got about 10 seconds here that you can defend yourself before we kind of throw the ban hammer at you guys. All right, so here we go.
So loco.
Let me know if he comes through. I've got a 5-second timer here. Let me know if he comes through, Buff.
I don't think he's going to defend himself. Lord of the Flies turned out all right. Yeah, right. We don't got nothing to worry about it.
Let's see. We've got all the above. I don't think we can ban it for that, Ballas. I think Scott's wondering what's going on right now. So
yeah, it's like it's a public hanging. Don't worry.
He definitely didn't drop the. You can only choose one. So harassment or unwanted commercial content or spam. I feel like he bullied Buffalo.
Did he bully me? I laughed. I thought he was just breaking my balls.
It looks like he bullied somebody else on stream. That's what I'm going with. So,
okay. Yeah.
So you guys witnessed the first governance aspect on the Layer 1 channel ever. So he was bullying Buffalo, and we had to get him out of there. Bullying Buffalo with bananas.
Yeah, you should never bully a buffalo with bananas. That will be bad.
Scott Harris is coming through, and we'll end it with this, at least this portion. He said, "You defeat bad speech with good speech." So, up. Hopefully you get through that ban, and you come back, and we will be here for you. Definitely.
So will the catapult. So.
Sim is asking now that we have to report Layer 1, guys. This is turning into something interesting.
Is it? Is this where our NFT segment was supposed to go?
Okay.
This just took a turn.
All right.
We're on Alien Worlds. Different worlds.
Load said that he feels harassed, so I'm gonna take
a sign of what's to come. Yeah. Dylan, we're not usually like this. We don't execute during it.
This is turning into a great piece right now. Llama's saying, how are we doing with Alien Worlds? I've only ever managed to dig up another shovel. That is interesting. This is going off the rails. So we're going to actually move here to Ghost Token. We knew Aave was moving to Matic. We knew that they were having issues. They were going to actually launch earlier this month, I believe, and they were going to launch on the Ethereum mainnet, and then the whole, gas fee situation, they weren't able to do it. And that was last Monday, and now they're launching on Matic, and they're actually moving some liquidity over there for, I believe, their trading volume. I'm guessing it has to do with their trading, but there are liquidity incentives. Yep, exactly. So they're actually filling their pool there on Matic, and they're incentivizing with, it looks like 50,000 DAI, maybe even more, 100,000 DAI per month. I'm sorry. So that's pretty much the story. Again, we have the links in the description, and we've got Aave launching a liquidity mining campaign on Matic. Shout out to Loadmaster who dropped this in NFT Alpha. We're doing a lot of LADZ City stuff here today, so shout out.
Thank you, lads.
Thank you, lads. Take my eyes, but not the shirt. All right, here we go. Good stuff. Okay, so we'll move on to the last piece, and then we'll kind of close out the episode. I will drop the link. It looks like we are 84 now. We need to hit 108 if we're going to get double rewards here. So definitely looking into seeing if we hit those all-time highs. We did it last episode. See if we can do it again. GX just said he joined the Discord. So
nice. Welcome, bud.
Yeah. All right, MetaCartel. If you guys don't know too much about MetaCartel, they're basically a cool kids club that offers grants to a lot of developing on the Ethereum ecosystem. This spans multiple industries. It's DeFi, it's NFTs, it's digiphysical goods, it's different DAOs, all this different stuff. So we have a very brief recap. If you want to actually go, into the links, you guys can get the full deep dive. But a quick recap: in 2020. They were able to fund ETH Denver. There was a couple MetaCartel groups that were spun up. It looks like migration of the DAO from Block.One to version 2, which is just basically upgrading the interface so they could have, different governance discussions, different governance actions within 2 that they weren't allowed to do with 1. MetaCartel is funded by the Ethereum Foundation. Good on them. And then they continue to pull out these grants programs. So in 2019, they gave 15 grants, to which 13 of the 15 projects are still live and operational, and they gave some highlights here. So all of these essentially were at one point funded or have team members involved in the actual companies. Again, if you don't know about MetaCartel, definitely take a look. It's a really big rabbit hole if you're looking to get into the Ethereum ecosystem, what's being done there. And then they go into some of the stuff that they're actually looking to build out here. Which Llama. Looks like Llama Finance, which is solving DAO treasury management. Good job on there, Llama.
Llama. Well done.
The lucky lad.
What a lucky lad we have there. All right. So GX is heading off, or it looks like no. Vaibhav Gupta is saying bye-bye, lads. Good night. We will drop that link here in a second, but thank you for stopping by this episode. I'm looking at different things all the time. All right. So that was pretty much it. Again, go into that article. You can see what all is being built out in the Ethereum ecosystem thanks to the MetaCartel. Really cool bunch of guys. They have different DAO meetups all the time, so you can actually hop into a Zoom call and see what they're building and see what they're doing. So Meta Factory is definitely one of the best, at least one of the ones I'm most interested in. They're doing like digiphysical goods. Maybe LADZ will work into it. So Llama saying his Ponzi has been discovered. So we're going to stop the episode here in about 5 minutes to discuss with Llama on what he's been doing on the side here with the Llama Finance DAO Treasury Management. So appreciate everybody.
There's our boy Up. I think I thought it wasn't harassing. He was just saying, he's just speaking the truth there, man. If you can't listen, don't stream. We're gonna continue streaming Up. Don't worry, brother. We got strong skin, and yeah, definitely stick around, man, because we got some good shows all week.
Yeah, appreciate you stopping by, man. Thank you for hopping in, and we appreciate everybody all the way through. Definitely have some good content coming to you guys this week as well. So all of it is happening. Happening is all of it, and Llama is all over the place. So boom. All right, guys. We are hopping into the end of the closing segment. I will get this pulled up here. If you want to pop open the calendar buff to kind of give them a run through of what's happening this week while I get the roll link set up, you can definitely help out with that.
Yeah. Let's talk about what's happening this week. Well, The fear and greed index is at 90 right now, so that's happening right now. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the calendar. Tomorrow we are gonna have a Tuesday, usually follows a Monday. Wednesday we're gonna have NFT Live followed by LADZ Radio. Look forward to that. It's gonna be a great back-to-back show. So when NFT Live ends, we then go into LADZ City, and there is usually around 2 to 2.5 hour show of LADZ Radio, which is groovy music. For some of you guys that are new right now, this is the LADZ crypto network. So this is layer 1 you're watching right now. There are shows all week that are under the LADZ crypto network. And usually after the shows, we all head back into LADZ City, which is in our Discord. So we'll go ahead and post you the link there as well. Once you're signed up in our Discord, you can hang out with anybody who's a LAD from around the world. We've got lounge where people usually hang out in the lounge and chat. We've got game nights on Fridays where we play games, and then LADZ radios on Wednesdays after NFT Live. So definitely come and hang out with us after LADZ or Layer 1 Live today. We'll go back into LADZ City. And if you've got your roll wallet set up, go ahead and click on that link the Q just dropped to get your LADZ tokens for watching the show today.
Awesome, man. And we've been touching on this for a while here when we're talking about the LADZ token and all the utility. One of the things that we really want to do, and I want to harp on it because it's something we are in constant discussions with as a team, is getting LADZ in the hands of people that want to be a part of this. So trust us that we are definitely doing that, that we are getting that forward and working on ways that we can run events, we can do different things for you guys that are in the community that want to get your hands on more LADZ. I know it's not the same as it once was, 100 LADZ drops here or there. We appreciate everybody sticking by till the end of the episode here and getting that LADZ, but we are working on ways to get more LADZ into your hands, promise that, and we will be growing, man. There's a lot of cool things that are coming this week that we can't wait to get to you. So anything else before we head off, Buff?
Yeah, I know that the LADZ token right now is definitely, you're getting less LADZ released during these streams, but also understand that we still have LADZ grants for if you have a project that you would love to possibly bring in under the LADZ network, reach out to us. Maybe we can help you get it off the ground here in Q1 of 2021.
Awesome, man. All right, sounds good. Well, we've got a couple NFT drops coming on NFT Live as well. We've been talking about getting that COGS pack, which is about $75 to one of the nobles and one of the miners. So that is definitely coming. We'll likely, I know we said we would get it out soon, but we're likely going to get that out on NFT Live. We'll just drop it on NFT Live, the winner. So stay tuned on NFT Live. If you're a noble or a miner, we're just going to randomly pick I believe that's like something in the vicinity of like 30 or 35 of you guys. So one lucky noble, one lucky miner will get that COGS pack and do with what they may. So.
And then reading the comments here real quick, Asmode's asking, how did the LADZ NFT auction go on Christmas? During Christmas, there was a Christmas movie marathon with Buffa Santalo. There wasn't actually auctions. There was sneaky little COGS giveaways. So if you showed up and watched the Christmas movies, Buffa Santalo would sneak up, tap you on the shoulder, turn around, you got yourself a nice free COG just for showing up. So that was a very fun little Christmas time. We had 8 Christmas movies played back to back in LADZ City. So thank you all for showing up, because this Buffalo was literally just watching Christmas movies all day with my dog and some really cool lads. So I appreciate you guys.
Awesome, man. I see Foxy is in the house saying our vibe, our tribe. I see all you guys saying our vibe, our tribe. Definitely love that you guys showed up and stayed for the whole episode. It means a bunch. We're only at the beginning of what we're trying to do with LADZ and Layer 1, and it's going to be a lot of good stuff coming forward. So shout out to everybody that's popped on today. We will be seeing you on NFT Live next on Wednesday at 2:30. Until then, we will be in LADZ City, chilling, hanging out, learning about crypto. But without further ado, I'm going to pull the beard out here and say happy trading.
Nice.